gotta say, I do like the badging there. Weird badge, the Flying Chuck. Otherwise, just looks like the ROM Hack Race's base ROM kind of does. Sometimes. Sure is an empty checkbox. What's up, Fries? It's a way to start it. I'll credit that. Makes the screen really red. I'm pretty sure this one starts eventually. Yeah, there it goes. 1F0 Part 2. Okay. I guess... Oh, I can land on that. That was not what I was guessing. I guess what this shows off at the very beginning is that's not a standard 1F0. I played this level like once, a million years ago, and didn't remember much about it. Well, that's a basketball. That's what basketballs do. I wasn't ready for that. Oink. Okay, so I can travel on these. I can get hit there, which is silly. Dang it. Something much worse about getting hit by a basketball and flung into the abyss, as opposed to simply flinging yourself into the abyss. And yes, I still hate green beans. How did you know? Look how the Mario almost blends in with the background. I wonder if this background was ripped from that that one game about the girl with the fishing lure. Kind of looks like it. Alright, well, new... Some new progress. Not really sure what to do there yet. That might have been where I gave up last time. I also hate green beans. I'm not sure why spinning here is necessary, but it sure feels necessary. Bumpties. Yup. But these are different. They're basketballs. If you've ever seen the movie Space Jam, you'd understand. Dang, green beans. You see, it's a movie about Bugs Bunny having to play basketball against some aliens. It just made sense in the 90s. It was really mostly just a vehicle to have Michael Jordan in a movie. Michael Jackson was in several other movies that are not related to cartoon. I mean, there might have been cartoons. I've never actually seen Moonwalker. Maybe there's cartoons. I don't know. I've played the game, but both of them. Both the Genesis and the arcade games. And I can say I don't think I understood what the plot was supposed to be based upon either of them. Like, in both of them, I think you save children and turn into a giant robot. Which, I guess is a cool premise for a movie, but still. They made a sequel and realized Hollywood was out of ideas. Yep. I mean, they were kind of hoping that LeBron James had as much star power as Jordan did, but he doesn't, really. He's good, but he's not Michael Jordan, like, legendary tier. I can't believe that worked. Okay, what? Oh, that's what you're supposed to do. I guess. I think I get it. Definitely not that. LeBron who? Exactly. Not to mention, like, the cartoons themselves don't have quite the same level of star power as they did even in the 90s. Like, Bugs Bunny is not nearly as recognizable now. At least for kids. And sure, they had Rick and Morty, but, like... hooray. It's literally the only thing I've seen from that movie is the Rick and Morty cameo. think I need to run into the basketball, then jump. That setup is weird. There we go. Oh! But it was a different time, the 90s. Not to mention just, like, some of the ridiculous stuff that happens. It's actually got, like, I think the kids might have actually been Michael Jordan's kids. Yeah, you gotta jump faster there. I want to get on the right side of that, and I guess I then want to get to the left side, and then I want to get on the right side. Probably need to carry my momentum there. Wonder what kids watched today? Remember Aqua Teen Hunger Force? Aqua Teen Hunger Force was big. I don't actually know. I mean, I'm not a child today. What children I do know that watch cartoons are like, or watch things are very small children's, and so therefore it doesn't really qualify. It's like, yes, they sure do like Sesame Street still. Really, the Elmo show. But isn't Cartoon Network dying or something? I heard it was like going offline or something. And there was a new Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie like a couple years ago, and it was not great. It was okay. It was more Aqua Teen, so I couldn't complain too much, but like the basic premise wasn't great. And then there was a weird bit where they kept fast-forwarding parts of the movie that looked like they would have been really cool and fun to watch. But instead the Mooninites made fun of us for wanting to watch those parts of the movie. Which is on brand, but still not fun. Still not a fan of that setup. Oh, right. I need to cancel the momentum. I can't let it carry. Basically, with regards to all the levels left, they're all hard. They're just all hard. There's no getting around that fact. It does really look like a digitized photograph. With like some light Photoshop applied to it. Nope, that didn't work. You need a bigger jump. Okay, so over this. I feel like that part just is designed to waste your time. You can't really do much about the basketballs bouncing. Really wish I could, because basketballs. Maybe this whole thing's actually a tribute to Michael Jordan's career, because it does have baseball as well. What's up, Habaluta? How you doing? I still haven't done Myth of Mana. Again. One day. Maybe next week. I'm so gonna cheat, though. Speaking of cheating... There we go. Got the momentum cancel. Left. This whole part is... Can I... What could I have done there? Like, what... Where was the latitude for me to do... Maybe I need to keep my power up all the way through there. He says he keeps falling into the drink. What else? Spent some time looking at old Windows API docs today. There's a utility that I've been wanting to have for forever to document what the current volume is at. And this is trivial to do. It's just annoying. I need to write my own utility for it on Windows because, of course I do. But it doesn't look hard, it just looks like I need to install a copy of old Visual Studio for this. Alright, that's what I can do. Point of advice. Come. Thanks. Alright, that works. I thought it was related to the point of advice, but I guess it wasn't. Hi, Matt. How you doing? The only annoying part is I have to sit through this again. Ugh. It's just not very exciting looking at the big red screen and nothing happening. It's okay, I learned an important lesson about what to do there. I didn't realize you could actually control your speed on this thing. Hey, look, I can just move freely. I can't jump, but I can move freely. No, I haven't. Next death I take, I'm gonna go do that, just so I do it. Let me find it. Pictures of dogs, pictures of cats, Link, Doomsness. How do I even find this? How far back was this? It's way too far back. This should work better. It is. I've downloaded it. I have it. I can read it now. There we go. It's now open as a tab. After I spent several minutes dying for no apparent reason. Nope. I hate these things. Those two particular. I don't mind the other ones so much. Fun fact, neutral and jump off the fourth beam, you get the big jump. That is useful knowledge, actually. Probably not for this level, since I'm mostly jumping off basketballs. That wasn't what I expected to happen. Interesting, the point of advice didn't happen this time. Oh, I need to have a lot more velocity. Is what we just learned there. Think with... Oh. This was not the spot to be thinking. I don't want a big neutral bounce. I need the directionality of it. Jumping into a block that will kill me higher does not actually help Mr. Mario here. Feel about it from your own practice, but Valdio tip too. Oh, nice. It's probably a very useful bit of information. So, like, roughly into my face. Go. Oops. Now I'm kind of curious, actually, because I suspect that Max's template code might actually be longer than the real code is by a fair margin. You can't ignore basketballs. Did Prestinator make this level? Nope. Prestinator worked with somebody and made a level that was this long troll level. I forget how it ends, but it was silly. There was also like some getting over it stuff going on, and like there were multiple places where it'd be like, oh yeah, but you don't actually need to go this way. You really needed to go this way. This is made by Idle. I'm pretty sure it should say Idle in the upper right-hand corner. So it's got a bit of a different feel and aesthetic to it. Being that Idle and Procrastinator have very different design philosophies. Haven't been big over here in a while, so I was a little bit paranoid. Sportsy level? Yeah, that was the sports level he made. That was the last QLDC, I think. Or it might have been 72 Hour, I don't know. But I do remember it being very sports themed. And there was some slowdown that was completely intentional. Partway through, and there was also like some cheese. Definitely remember playing it. There were also those like green bean carpets. But I want to say Donut Maid. Okay, go right. Still kind of amazed when that happens. I stuck the landing a little bit too well. Okay. Reminds me I need to get a little more comfortable. My back was giving me a little bit of grief earlier, and I figured it's probably better to not get it more angry at me. And off you go. Okay. Cancel that momentum. Basketball, or... No! Things were going so well until they weren't. I thought I was dead. Now I know I'm dead. It's one of those things where, like, it's not even the primary, like, big difficulty, big concept of the level. But somehow, the friggin' green bean is still the thing that's giving me the most grief. There we go. I don't think being big or small really matters that much for this part of the for this at least chunk of the level. It is one of those ones I did play a little bit of, but I didn't play very... I don't think I got past the basketball layup. I think I played this for all of like 10 minutes and gave up. No. To be honest, I don't really blame my old self. There are parts of this that are irritatingly janky. Intentionally so, I suspect. At least I didn't die. I do wonder if that's intentional, how that's set up. Go. When you think you do your jumps right, I mean, I think Idle just likes balls in general. All kinds of balls. Basketballs, baseballs, cricket balls. Medicine balls. Footballs, clearly. Dodgeballs. Volleyballs. Squash balls. Tennis balls. Just in general. Can leave any other like weird moops balls, I guess. That's a thing. It's not really much of a thing, but it is a thing. Yes, Fries? Nerve also used basketballs like this. publicly available? It probably is. Pinballs. Oh, that was a good option. Should have thought of that one. Was thinking about playing some pinball today, but then I was like, after I did my walk, I'm like, oh, my back's kind of annoying me. I don't think pinball's gonna help with that. So I decided not to. Even though I was fairly close to a pinball venue. There was a point in time where I was clearing that consistently, and it's no longer happening. Forward. Get hit by the basketball. Shove myself into the spiny. Should have played more pinball. At GDQ, Godzilla. Oh, Godzilla is great. If you can find Godzilla locally, I highly recommend playing it no matter which kind it is. It is a fantastic machine. Just a lot of fun, has good modes. And the game itself, just aesthetically, is incredibly pleasing. Like, just getting the balls into the building is just very enjoyable. Spent more time than I probably should have playing the John Wick machine. I think I kind of got that figured out for the specific thing I was trying to do, which wasn't all that clever. Stern, the pinball company, released what is basically pinball achievements as a phone app thing. And so I got kind of hooked on that a little bit. And they had John Wick one, which was get a certain number of enemies killed. Took me a while to figure out, A, where enemies come from, and B, how to kill them. And of course, the answer with most things in pinball related to that sort of stuff is just be better at pinball. You don't actually need to understand so much and play for it, just be better at pinball. What was I supposed to do there? Not that. But yep. They've added a few more, like, achievement thingies like that are limited time only, and only so many people can get them. I have not gone and played pinball since GDQ, so haven't gotten any of those. And they require doing things like getting certain amounts on certain multi-balls, and I'm just not certain how I'm supposed to proc them. Like, I can tell you how to proc an awful lot of stuff on Godzilla. I could not for the life of me tell you how you get certain multi-balls on John Wick. Like, I know one of them happens by hitting the car a lot, but I don't know which one it is. There was another one that I think came from accepting a specific contract. But I also don't know which one that is. I don't know why I'm trying to rush this. Like, rushing isn't helping me. This also doesn't really matter if I'm big or small. The last obstacle I've seen, it's irrelevant. I jumped too late. Yeah, some machines are really easy to understand. Like, you can play them for a little bit, and, like, how they work is no longer terribly complicated. Other ones just have a lot of stuff going on, and you'll eventually discover more and more weird things. Like, Medieval Madness has some more tricky stuff, but you can have a lot of fun playing. That wasn't what I meant to do. Playing Medieval Madness without knowing what you're doing. Because, like, there's a big focal point right in the middle of the pinball table, which is just the castle. If you keep shooting at the castle, you'll still have a good time. Sure, you won't get amazingly high scores, but you'll get some decent scores for someone who doesn't know what they're doing. Getting the skill shots and other things, too, like finding those. Like, the John Wick one had two different skill shots, one of which only seemed to happen sometimes, which was weirding me out. And the other one was just ease up a little bit and hopefully get it into what was the lounge or whatever they called it, the dance club. Which is where the bumpers are, speaking of. And you got 1 million for doing that, if you pulled it off. And the other one, you got 250k, which nothing to sneeze at, but it didn't always consistently proc. So I don't know what to say about that one. Like, I didn't even know Godzilla had, like, I've seen a few skill shots in, like, Godzilla, but I generally don't go for them. Probably should. Okay, there we go. I don't know how to get that to be consistent again. It was consistent for a bit, and then it was just gone. Mechanical tasks of pinball tables? Mechanical tasks? Oh, probably not. There's enough variability in pinball tables that, like, having a task would be a really tricky proposition. Like, it's one of those things where you're playing pinballs, you need to kind of... Damn it! Oh, wait, hold up. Hold up. Nope. I was really hoping if I bounced high enough... Wait. Oh, no, that's not gonna work. Can I scroll? I can scroll. Oh, that's useful. At the end of that one level in Casio, I believe it. Different models. Wonder which Godzilla model was at GDQ. I think it was the LE. There's 3 different types. There's like standard Godzilla, Godzilla Pro, and then the limited edition. And I'm pretty sure that was the LE one, because it had a bunch of nice extra stuff. Like, there were, like, models of various Godzilla monsters ringing the entire arena. And it also had the building. Like, the building comes in different flavors, depending upon which one you've got. And so, like, there's a building that doesn't articulate, there's a building that does articulate, and then there's a building that does articulate, but also has, like, an interesting, like, helipad thing on top. And the helipad thing on top was the one they had at GDQ. Also, the building articulating is just fun. Like, it goes up, it goes down. Like, as you change into, like, the multi-ball lock phase of the building comes down a little bit, and it actually changes how the ramps work. It's really cool. But the non-articulated building version doesn't do that, because how could it? It doesn't move. So the more you know. It's also easier to hit multi-ball on the non-articulated building one. It just is. Like, you destroy the building, and then it's like 1 ball to hit multi-ball as opposed to 3. Dagnabbit! I think you found it. It's a very cool game. If you can find one to play, I'd highly recommend giving it a few quarters. Definitely one of my go-tos when I see it in an arcade. That, Medieval Madness, always high tier. There's a few others. I was really digging the, Damn it, I'm jumping before I even hit the basketball now. What other ones? Venom's weird. Like, I like it, but it's such a sparse field. That one was also a GDQ. They had a Hot Wheels machine, a Hot Wheels pinball machine that was just aesthetically very pleasing, but I found got, like, jammed up pretty often, so I didn't end up playing much of it. What else do they have? They had Jurassic Park, which is kind of okay. I don't really like the Jurassic Park machine all that much. It is definitely just okay in my book. It's one I would play if it's there, but it's not like the one I'd go seek out. And John Wick, like, it took me a while to get around to it, but I think I figured out what I don't like about John Wick. And the thing is that, like, the ramps are just really narrow. Makes it really hard to get set up in some ways. Like, your shots need to be a lot more precise than they are on, like, say, Medieval Madness. The Medieval Madness ramps are pretty dang wide. Not to mention the center ramp in John Wick. Like, if you fail it, it goes straight down the middle and you're just done. You gotta be careful about those shots. Same's kind of true, and it's not entirely true in Medieval Madness. trying to think if it was true in Godzilla. In Godzilla, you can kind of fail it, but it's a different way of failing. What's interesting is you can shoot through the building in two different directions. If you shoot through the building by going in the front of the building, it usually goes out the other side and doesn't usually end up in the drain. But if you go in through the back door, the back side of the building will definitely drain the ball. Found out yesterday of an arcade in Malmo. Arcades disappeared in the 90s due to low interest. New place has a flat interest fee and the machines are free to play mode. Oh, nice. Yeah, you should definitely go. Wrong channel, yep. What would you call the inverse of 1F0? I think EOF is yeah, EOF. That's what I'd say it is. How you doing, Kappa? Yeah, allegedly in Seattle there's this pinball museum that has the same sort of thing, flat rate to get in the museum, games are on free play, and I've never gone. I really should. I cannot for the life of me get this back. I had it consistently for a little bit, and that's just gone. I don't know what I was doing. End of file. I remember learning about end of file from Tron. That was a good thing to learn about. Oh, I guess it was end of line. That was the line they always used. End of line. Still can't believe that got into Kingdom Hearts. Definitely a show off of the power of Square versus Disney at that point in time. Dude wanted Tron, which didn't even have a sequel in the works when Kingdom Hearts 2 came out. They got Tron. Kingdom Hearts 3. Could you do all of our most, popular things? Like, you gotta have Frozen. And you totally need to redo the entire plot of Frozen. And Tangled. Just modern stuff. None of the old school stuff. We just want modern things. And of course, Square had to oblige them, because Square certainly is nowhere near at the zenith of their power. Or apex of their power, I suppose. Oh. What causes it to kind of, like, dip and then not go? Kingdom Hearts did an awful job with Frozen. I only vaguely remember it, and I'm like, this is lame. I just thought it was lame. To be fair, I also thought Frozen was lame. Like, I expected a more, like, classic Disney approach, and it was like, no, we're just gonna make a big-ass musical. Have fun. When I saw it in theaters, and I'm like, nah, this isn't what I want out of this. But I also fully accept I'm not the target audience no more. Okay, here we go. We actually made it here. I really hope there's a midway after that, because, man, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Not to mention just the periodic, nope, you didn't do that part right. Like, I think what I need to do is hit the basketball from a certain side. So I go very fast to the right. I was thinking about going up, but I don't think up works because of the 1F, not 1F0 there. Like, being big doesn't really matter right now. Okay, they jump over me. I feel like I need a lot of rightward momentum, is what it's telling me to do. So, like, I need to, like, jump into the basketball from the falling platform rather than trying to land on... No! Rather than land on top of it. Love to stay, gotta go. Alright, see you later, Matt. Kingdom Hearts adaptation doesn't explain enough of the plot for it to fully make sense if you haven't also seen the movie, for one thing. Pretty sure it's not the only Kingdom Hearts world that suffers from that. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 I don't think suffered much from that. Like, you could have easily enjoyed Mulan World without understanding Mulan. And I think Alice in Wonderland was about as well explained as Alice in Wonderland can be. Hasn't seen Mulan can confirm that, yeah. It covers the basic plot points of Mulan in its entirety. The thing is with most of these, I usually gain some level of consistency at certain parts. Eventually. That, I still don't have any. That green bean jump. And that. Like, there's just parts where I feel like if I get there, it's RNG if I get it. Like, I know I'm doing the green bean thing wrong. I have no idea what I'm doing wrong for that basketball jump. Like, the trick with green beans, you need to be somewhat stationary and then not... and so that the bounce can actually happen. But for the basketball, I'm just not sure. Empty balls, yep. The worst thing is with the green bean is that sometimes it kind of works out if you're holding against the wrong side of the side. It's just tall enough you can't get away with that if you don't hit the ball. I don't remember what I was talking about before Kingdom Hearts. Probably pinball. I got good advice, I just need to go apply it now. Hopefully I get to do that soon. It occurred to me I wanted to go and like get a bunch of things scheduled and figured out, and then I realized, wait, my dad's coming into town on Thursday. So I need to figure out what he wants to do. Him and his wife are going to stay downtown. So I don't actually need to like pick them up in the airport or anything, but I could. There are definitely earlier risers, and being from the central time zone, they definitely are not going to be awake at all hours the way I am. That was just embarrassing. I still need to figure out what they want to do first. Okay, there we go. Now we wait. I only feel like I'm getting worse on this level the more time I spend playing it. Intellectually, I think I finally get the green beans properly. It's a very light jump. Nope, you have to run in and then jump. It's a very tight spot there. I don't know if I've made any real significant progress. Alright. I'm vaguely tempted to just turn on swimming and see exactly how far it is until there's a checkpoint. Or something interesting happens. I am just seeing the same thing over and over. It's not an auto-scroller, so I don't have any real idea of how long it's going to take. Look, it actually worked that time! Okay, now chill. Because just a little bit of lag there to let you know. Just, you need to chill for a second. No! Alright, that didn't work. Maybe there's something with how the momentum works. Yeah, there must be something with how the momentum works that I don't understand here. If you've jumped too early, you get stuck to the ground because you're going too fast. There's only 2 tiles to jump, and clearly one of them's not going to work. Nope. And chill there. And it's just long enough to trap you. That's the beautiful part. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm gonna contact, basically, I think tomorrow. My plan is to give my dad a call, figure out what's going on with that. So I think on Thursday, they're probably gonna end up getting in late enough that they're not gonna want to do much other than go to the hotel and sleep. They don't live close enough that they can get a direct flight, so you have to go and bounce through somewhere, depending upon what your local hub is. Usually I go through Texas. Just because I hate backtracking when flying. Like, I think usually you can go through via Atlanta, and I just find that annoying to go backwards. Since I buy the tickets now, I have the choice not to. If I had to make a guess, they're probably going to have, like, a layover in, I don't know, Arizona or something. But either way, it's like an all-day thing going there from this coast. But they're also going west, which has the advantage of gaining you time. I don't know. Hard to say. That's always disconcerting when it happens. Okay. I did it! God, I hate it. What advice? Come. Okay. No! Alright, well at least I know where the end of this part is. Must resist temptation to quote AC/DC. Because last time AC/DC was on stream, it didn't work well. Bizarrely enough, there's another state of, like, YouTube stuff. So typically there's, like, no content ID. We found some content ID, and you can't monetize because of that. And then there's a weird third state, which is, we found something, and you can't publish this because we ID'd this content. And AC/DC did that to one of the Mario hacks I was playing, like Super Keck Rock World 3 or whatever it was. That was before I had changed how I was doing audio system stuff. So, I couldn't just take it out. Nowadays, I could just take it out. And replace it with something copyright appropriate, I suppose. Like, I don't know, just some sort of random Mario music. But back then I couldn't. To be fair, back then wasn't that long ago. I remember when I made that change to the multi-track audio recording. I think it was like late last year, or maybe middle of last year. Just to give me options. It's kind of demoralizing getting there, pressing B, and it's like, nope. was so close to not being in this part of the level. Almost made it to the end. Well, some end. There's probably more to it. Idle's not one to make a level that only has one section. Seems out of character for her based upon all of the QLDC stuff I've seen from her. I don't think being big actually matters that much, aside from sometimes barely making the other, like this particular trick. Which, honestly, is a complete crapshoot for me. Like, I don't know what to do there to make that consistent. There's not that much time between things. Like, the green bean, at least I know what I'm doing wrong most of the time. I need to, like, neutral a little bit closer so I get the loud noise, and then push a direction. So I don't quite have it down pat. But the basketball, I don't know what to do with. Basketball was a movie by the South Park guys. I never actually saw it. They do weird movies. Like Orgasmo. Orgasmo was a really weird movie. It's about a Mormon missionary who gets kind of tricked into being in the porn industry, but doesn't actually do any actual porn. So one of the running gags is the stunt cock being called for, looking less and less like him over time. Because what they really wanted was just someone with awesome kung fu moves. And he apparently had trained pretty hard before going on his mission. I forgot what I was doing. It's a very silly movie with a lot of running gags. Like the Mike guy who keeps saying, I don't want to sound queer or nothing, and then saying something that sounds typically rather queer. It's a weird movie premise, but it's the South Park guy, so it kind of works. It's funny. There's good bits in there. It's definitely not a family movie, put it that way. Okay. There we go. At least I got that green bean under control. Sleep time? Alright, sleep well, Havaluta. See you later. I still have basketball to figure out. Like, maybe... what could I do there that would make it better? I don't know what I'm doing when I'm successful. So curse you, basketballs. Okay, there we go. March forward. Nope. I think I need to, like, not walk on that so far. I think I need to, like, walk on it a lot closer than going as far as I am, because I think it's important for the platform not to drop very far. But I'm not entirely sure. I do not like levels with bumpties. I think I can categorically say that at this point in time. Like, I feel like that green bean was gonna work, and then it just didn't. There we go. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I definitely need to come into that a little bit further over, I think. Let's see if I can pull this off this time. Cancel movement. I've hit the box. We're right in the door. Is there a way to... What if I do this? I don't think I'm going to get that mushroom. No thanks. Oh god. Okay, so what is going on here? Hold these. Soup. Oh no! Oh no! I don't like this at all. Especially because I don't know how to get the dang mushroom. I don't think they're... I think that mushroom's literally there just to tease you. I don't think it's actually possible to get. If I do nothing, does it just work? No, that would have been lovely, but no. Thinking maybe it's an auto level. Because that would have been funny. Oh my. Nope. I don't like the second half of this. I mean, I don't like the first half either, but you know. I was hoping maybe it was shaken up in a good way instead of a completely evil way. On the bright side, at least I don't have to jump very often. Okay. What is this? Okay. Oh, and I need to hit the basketball. Okay. You have to come in with some speed there, which is a problem. That wasn't even remotely the right timing. Still want to know if that is in fact... I mean, would it help me? It wouldn't help me. Like, the biggest danger here is getting crushed. These are kill blocks, not hurt blocks, most likely. I'm just ignoring him and hoping it works out. No. Okay. Okay. Oh. The timing changed? The timing definitely changed. Well, this is nice. At least I can neutral my movement for a second. Ow! Should have gone for a real jump. I thought I needed to go with a shorter jump. Okay. Guess I'm just completely ignoring the ball, man. No. Nope, that's... I had a way of doing this. Yeah, that's the way of doing that. Okay. Okay. Alright, well learned. Apparently if it's not completely connected, you just die. I thought maybe you could ride it up, but the answer is no. You need to be able to be connected the whole time. Okay. I get it. I don't like it, but I get it. At least that's less likely to kill me than running into a ball here. I just haven't gotten punked there yet. Nope, that was way late. Was not used to that without the lag. A dumb place to die. Okay. My thumb is starting to hurt. Anyway, I've went and downloaded an older version of Visual Studio to try and do a thing. I'm curious to see if it'll work, because I need a version that'll work on Windows 98, or a version where it can make executables that'll work on Windows 98. And apparently they stopped doing that pretty quickly. But I also don't need, like, a bunch of fancy features. This is a fairly straightforward thing I want to do, which is just, you know, get a handle to the Wave device. And then ask it what its current volume is. Like, it's 3 calls in Windows. It's going to be a little bit of verbose, because Windows is always a bit verbose when you're working it at the C level. But not that hard. Got the API calls. I found the MSDN for the API calls that work. That's all that's necessary there. And MSDN's actually pretty good as far as, like, documentation goes. Like, I used to begrudge it, but honestly, compared to the documentation we have now for most things, MSDN is just godsend. Here are the parameters, here's what they do, here are their types, here's the struct that controls this if you need it. All the good stuff. What's up, Fiend? How you doing? Playing an idle level, which means my blood pressure is going up. I'm talking about Windows programming, so my blood pressure goes down. Couldn't tell? Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell with idle levels. You never quite know what's going to happen in an idle level. Sometimes you'll get told about the dangers of grain silos. That happens sometimes. I've yet to see anything warning me about grain silos yet, though, so... But I'm looking forward to when it does. I'm pretty sure that's a standard thread amongst all idle levels. Nope. I felt that was wrong. Dang it. Thought that was right. You can tell, of course. But yeah, for old school Windows program, it's just a matter of finding the old docs, and Microsoft never throws away old docs, which is nice. Like, still in modern MSDN. Old versions of Google API stuff sure as hell ain't documented anywhere on their site. Not that they don't not that they provide API documentation to begin with. They usually just like, here's a tutorial on how to do the thing. which is kind of a big fuck you if you want to do anything that's not on the tutorial path. Like, I just want to know what all the fields are and if they're going to be expected and how they're going to work. That's all I want to know from you. But somehow, this is difficult. Didn't expect to hear praise about Windows. The thing is that, like, it's amazing just how much worse everyone else's is. Like, it's not because it's great. It's just because the expectations are so low. Like, don't get me wrong, the APIs are weird. But other people's documentation just tends to be worse than Microsoft's. Okay. Nuts. Perl has docs? I presume that the Perl docs are themselves written in Perl, and you need to be able to run Perl to be able to read them. Just another Perl hacker, etc. I've never actually looked at the Perl docs. I think I read a bit of a Perl book a long time ago, but I didn't have any way to run Perl at the time, so nothing took. Like, I want to write web stuff. Perl is the language of web stuff. So I will try to learn Perl and then realize I have no way of running it because I don't have access to a CGI bin on GeoCities. So that never came to fruition. I imagine if I spent time with Perl, I'd like it, but I haven't. And Python largely fills the niche that Perl would for me. And Python docs aren't bad. Perl docs are legitimately good. Front page of Perl docs includes the most Perl sentence ever. Perl officially stands for Practical Execution in Report Language, except when it doesn't. Yep, that makes sense. Wait, oh, that's what I wanted. Ah, didn't hit it right. But yeah, I never got around to learning much of it. Because, like, basically Perl is often just used as glue. I end up learning other glue languages that were more approachable and convenient at the time. Like for web stuff, as much as most people hate to say it, PHP still works pretty okay. Minus all the security holes and everything. Add music by Perl. Yeah, well, I guess one of those was written in Perl, wasn't it? There we go. Hey, look, Ruby on Rails. Alright, here's where I failed last time. Looking forward to being able to remove my hand from the controller for a few seconds so I don't run off to oblivion. It's like the Hyper series of programming. Wrote a Lunar Magic build system in Perl. I mean, that's the kind of thing you're supposed to do. Like, everything I know about Perl is that it is a very adequate glue. Okay, this is like one of my least favorite things. What? After all that nonsense. Dodge the spiny. Love for text processing and transformation. Yeah, I believe it's good for that. Like for ICP contest, we usually do a bunch of work in C#, except when I do stuff in Python, because I don't want to have to do a bunch of string parsing in C#. Like anything to do with text, I'd much rather be in a nice, proper language for it. And AGOL-based languages are not it for text. Did I make it? I made it. Oh, that part's nerve-wracking. What am I gonna do when I get to the dang spiny bit? Like, I thought trying to jump off the edge is gonna be it, but no, I don't think it is. I think it's quite literally you need to jump at just the right time so you don't get slammed. I wasn't even watching the walls, I was watching the balls. Basket is stored in the balls. Oh. That was the wrong timing. Come on. Odd, this basketball dude is almost entirely irrelevant, except when I'm about to say he's almost entirely irrelevant. Definitely died more in other weird spots than the basketball man there. Okay, go. No, what? Oh, that's never happened before. Okay. Nope. What's up, Abe Lincoln? How you doing? I'm currently in slamming ball purgatory. I guess I did watch the a bit. Speaking of balls, I guess I did actually watch a bit of the home run derby that happened today. It seemed fun. How many PSI and what is that in Tor? Yeah, I'm just gonna go with 69 all across the table because I don't actually know too well. My tires are usually 34. That's the number I know. I need to like take my car in. I think one of my tires is a slow leak. It's the back right one, and that's annoying. There's probably like a nail or something in it. It's happened before. I think actually that tire now, think about it. Yeah, this is not one of my favorite gimmicks, fast slammers. They just don't behave in expected ways. At least in this case I don't have to deal with the fact that I'm trying to move on them vertically or stand on them. Definitely not a huge fan of trying to stand on a fast slammer. I really want to go... Oh. I'm second guessing myself again. Nope, that was wrong. So the worst part is, like, you get to a certain point, and then suddenly I get to a certain point, and I suddenly lose consistency on the earlier bit. It's having that problem with that in the first half of the level. There we go. Well, that was dumb. Yeah, as far as like OG QLDC stuff goes, I'm basically out of anything that's remotely easy. I burned the last one last night. Basically only things that are difficult for varying reasons. Okay. Yeah, just remember the balls don't matter. Okay. What? No! Well, it's fast retry, so at least we can't see how many times I've died there. Hey, look, it's... Beta Yoshi. Okay. Beta Yoshi doesn't look great here. Looks like Mario wearing a Yoshi's hat. I don't think... Or wait. Oh, I guess Beta Yoshi didn't stick around. I guess this might be a Jump Team base ROM or something. So now we just have the Beta Yoshi palette, but it's still Mario. Guess that wouldn't surprise me. Super Slam. I don't know why I tried to go there. My hands are starting to hurt. My right hand's starting to hurt, and all I'm doing is pressing down the same two buttons. Just change it up, maybe, because, like, it doesn't matter. I'm not using either of these buttons. I just need to hold Y, really. B isn't doing me any good. Try a different hold on that, since I only need one button pressed. For the most part. Because now I need my thumb. Briefly. Okay. A lot of Marios have died today. I need to get my mind off the level, because I'm not making any reasonable progress at this point. I've not seen anything new in a while. In effect, I'm just relearning the same section over and over. Consistency is key, after all. Yeah, what else? What else is new? I mean, nothing's new since yesterday. Literally nothing. Went on a walk. It was a nice day. Finished another one of the books. Became Daisy for a brief period of time until I die again. Went on a walk too. Nice. Hope the weather was nice there too. But yeah, had a big burrito. It was nice. Do like a good wet burrito periodically. There's not too many places around here that do that. Also had a big burrito. Nice. Got back before the storm. I do like me a good burrito. Dang it. Like, you need to be hitting maximum speed, like, right there. Yeah, Mario looks weird in these colors. Okay. Daisy Pants Mario. Daisy Pants Mario just sounds wrong. I don't know why. We don't talk about Daisy Pants Mario around here, man. What are you doing? You're gonna get us killed. You can kind of land on it. Huh. And Tails. What's up, Desi? Cute. No! There's a generator. Where is there? No, there just happen to be like 4 of those. I'm still gonna die right here. Oh no! I didn't know what I needed to do and I did it wrong. Been okay, working on stuff. How's it going? Oh, pretty good. Went on a walk. Now I'm just trying to beat this level. There's very few QLDC, the original QLDC levels left to do, and I'm trying to finish them up. But they're all pretty much of this caliber. Of either I will have to cheat through them, or it's just going to take a long time. Went on a nice walk. Watched a little bit of the Home Run Derby. Since it was on in a place I was at. Not the burrito place. I walked over to another place and had a beer. Because they had air conditioning. It was the kind of day where you kind of wanted air conditioning. In Seattle, it's not as easy to come by. I, for one, do not have air conditioning, which is why, usually, at least these days, before the stream, I try to cool down the place a little bit beforehand. Open the windows. Let as much good cold air in as possible. No. Need to be ascendant. You change the timing a little bit. There we go. Thankfully that jump's not that hard. Okay, I think I've been overthinking that one. Definitely been overthinking that one. Use this to relax for a second before we have to do more stuff. Another one? Okay. What I need to do is hit the right side of that basketball from underneath. That's the tricky bit. That's the tricky bit. Alright, not so tricky. And then... Right! Oh, no! Working on stuff. Oh, yeah, because the Deci-thon's, like, this weekend, isn't it? I saw you going to start with Baba Is You. I would love to see that, but I know I'm not going to be able to watch that because it's going to be hella early in the morning. I'll be curious to see how far you get. Because Baba Is You is not easy as far as puzzle games go. At least the outset is kind of nice. It's in 2 weeks? Oh, my bad. I must have misread the date then. But still, much preparation needs to be done. I assume that's the stuff you were working on. If not, my bad. That's the first time I've done that in a long time. Okay, I know everything I need to do up to the point where I run into that chuck at the very end. There's a lot of interesting games in there that, like, 2 hours does not feel like nearly enough time. Consider putting Baba Is You closer to the time you normally stream, but it was a tough call. People really liked it would be an opener. I can see that. I'll catch the VOD, just like when you did Oregon Trail. One of those things. I'll get to see it later. It'll be interesting to see. Because I need to still finish Baba Is You. And I am nowhere near finishing it, in my understanding. And now I can't get past this stupid basketball. Okay, I think I like the speed strats. We're gonna try to come up with them. Baba Is Jump. I don't... Oh, Baba Is Jump. Jump was also on the list. I was kind of torn between doing this and playing Jump. I opted into this. I figured maybe if I finished this level early enough, I'd play some Jump or something, but that isn't happening. I've been at this for an hour and a half now. And I don't know if there's a third section, of course. There could easily be a third section. Jump Team made a Baba Is You level set? Really? No, I didn't realize they did that. Do you have a link? I want to see that. Yeah, that does not require as much momentum as I thought it did. Two hours not enough time. Look at the past events, and the games are 30 to 45 minutes, and the ones that were 3 hours felt like a slog in the 3-hour period. That's fair. I could see that, especially because, like, Baba Is You is a special kind of game. And one that I think you'll know whether or not it's you within a fairly small period of time. Okay. Ah! Yes! Yes! No basketballs! Slam donkey! Etc. All it took was thinking about Baba Is You. Ah, my hand hurts. Baba Is Jump, a non-SMW... Oh, non-SMW, okay. I thought... Oh, yeah, okay. That's fascinating. I'll have to take a look at that when I finish Baba Is You. Oh, that was a level. That was a really long level. It had too many basketballs. 7.8 out of 10.